Welcome back to Midday. We're talking now with Chantel Briscoe, who's visiting us from Nature's Fair. Happy to have you back on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. We're talking today about how to be healthy in 2017 and some weight loss tips.
Exactly. And I think this is a bit of a controversial issue because people aren't really sure what to do. There is so many diets on the market today.
Yes.
There's always a new book coming out every season. And people think, well, how do I get started?
Yes.
Like, the thing is that most of these diets are going to work, and they're going to work in the short term. So the main thing we want to do if we want to have long-term lasting weight loss is we need to change our mindset regarding weight loss. It needs to not be about aesthetics anymore. It needs to be about what are the long-term health benefits? What are the side effects if I'm overweight? Am I going to have osteoporosis? Am I going to get diabetes? Am I going to develop metabolic syndrome? It's really concerning that the thing is, if we're losing weight just for aesthetics, and then it keeps coming back in a yo-yo pattern, then that actually has way more detrimental effects than just being overweight in the first place.
Absolutely, that's hard on you. So what we're looking for is a long-term achievable goal.
Exactly, yeah. So we also need to change the way we talk.
Right.
We can't be doing diets anymore. Diet has us programmed to think that it's short-term, and this is not short-term. This is long-term.
We're looking at lifestyle now.
Exactly, yes. So we need to change the way we're eating, the way we're living, the way we're thinking. It's really important, of course, when we're doing this, to also think about what we can do to support ourselves to make it sustainable. Am I going to live the rest of my life and never have a piece of birthday cake again?
Unrealistic.
Exactly.
And sad, honestly.
Oh, yes. I don't want to live without cake.
No.
I want a glass of wine once in a while.
One of the best things in life.
Exactly. So it's all about balance. It's all about reaching a happy medium where we can sustain and continue in the long term.
Absolutely. So how do we get there?
Exactly. So one thing that I like to promote, and I mean, coming from Nature's Fair, you'd probably expect it, is real food. So I can't stress this enough. Avoid the low calorie, avoid the low fat, avoid the Frankenstein foods. If you don't know why this food,
I've never heard that before, the Frankenstein food.
They have changed these foods. They made it so our body doesn't recognize it as food anymore, and they've stripped many of the nutrients out that we need to survive. If we are nutrient deficient, our cells are starving on a cellular level. So no matter how much you eat, if you're deficient, you're gonna stay hungry. You could be up 3,000 calories a day and you'll keep eating because your body is starving.
So real food.
Exactly, yes. And so that being said, maybe don't choose the skim milk. Maybe choose the whole fat milk.
Interesting.
Exactly.
People think of that.
Yeah, and there's lots of great studies on this. Be sure to check it out.
All right, and next?
So we also have some great tips. We do have a slide that we'll cover here. So
8-point slide.
Exactly, and I mean, this can hurt you or help you, whether you are following these or not, right? So we want to make sure that we're drinking plenty of water. We want to make sure that we get some form of exercise every single day. It doesn't have to be super strenuous, but at least walking. We need to build muscle because lean muscle mass burns calories at a resting state. We need to eat plenty of fiber, avoid processed foods, like I said. Limit alcohol, exactly, Frankenstein foods, avoid drugs, and cleanse often and supplement when needed.
Fantastic. And I think perhaps that last one is one that people don't always know they need some direction with.
Exactly.
How do you get started with those things, cleansing and the supplements?
Exactly. So, I mean, it is difficult because there's so many different supplements on the market today.
Absolutely. It can be overwhelming.
Yes, and usually it's based on what roadblock you're dealing with. So I brought some with me today. You'll see down here that we have a few options. We have, if your problem, the main reason why you're not losing weight is due to snacking, boredom, appetite control problems, then I would recommend doing these ones right here. We have then, maybe it's your slow metabolism. We have some great options here. If it's blood sugar imbalance, if you're finding that you're yo-yoing after meals, you're feeling awful.
So that's how people identify that.
Exactly. Yeah, if you feel low, if you're eating lots of high sugar foods, high carbohydrate foods, it can be a problem. And also hormones and stress are such a big problem as well. It's impossible to lose weight if you're constantly stressed out.
And if your body's all out of balance. And so people are curious, because sometimes it's hard to identify that yourself. Can they come into Nature's Fair, talk to someone, you guys can help them identify which one of these would be appropriate for them?
I would definitely recommend that. We have a lot of really experienced staff. They'll ask the right questions to see, is this actually going to help you? A lot of times we get people coming in and they say, I want Garcinia cambogia, and I want green coffee bean, and I want cinnamon. And maybe we should wait and think, is this actually what my problem is? Is it just something that I heard about on TV?
Exactly. A friend told me that this worked.
Exactly. And maybe it worked well for the friend.
Yes.
Maybe your problem is more that you're stressed out. Maybe your hormones aren't balanced.
Bad habits.
Exactly. Bad habits. Yes. So something like this is definitely beneficial and it can help you out. But like I mentioned before, it really comes down to food.
Okay.
If we're not eating right, we're not going to lose weight.
Start there.
Exactly.
Drink more water, eat less Frankenstein food.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. So if you'd like more information about this, you can visit naturesfair.com, or of course you can always just pop into Nature's Fair absolutely anytime. Thanks so much for visiting with us.
No problem, and thank you for coming, and please come visit us.
Yeah, we look forward to chatting with you again. We'll be right back with more Midday.